Ty, over here, this side. I feel like when they announced this card was coming to Sydney, you seem to be the name that everyone assumed would be near the top of this card. So I guess what does it feel like now that you're only a few days away from fighting and you might have the biggest pop of the entire night?
The biggest what?
The biggest ovation.
That'd be cool. No, pumped. It's been 6 years since I fought in Sydney, my debut. The camp's been awesome. I've trained in Sydney, trained at home, Zoo Fitness. It's been awesome. I'm pumped. Just ready to get out there, put a show on for the Aussies and get this party going.
Have you had to do any more media? Considering like I said, a lot of people just assume you're the face of this Sydney MMA area. And like when we did the ceremony yesterday, you had your own scrum because they called you over to do that. Did you have any more obligations as compared to previous fights?
I don't know. All the cameras want to see my ugly head. Not just here in Australia, everywhere. It's all right.
Historically, in the past, like when you fought Stefan Struve, you've done very well against tall, lanky opponents. So what do you make of Alexander Volkov as an opponent?
I think it's going to be I think he's a great opponent. I think it's going to be a great fight. Obviously, everyone knows how big he is. And I don't think he's going to do too well with me on his chest and coming forward. So there ain't really much game plan. Get in there, fucking swack on, and then we after party.
Will your family be in attendance?
My family will be there.
You grew the hair out for this one, unless you've cut it and you're hiding it from us. But do you feel like that's going to give you some extra powers in the cage on Sunday?
No, I haven't fought for a long time, so I'm broke. I just need some money to get a haircut.
Sure, someone who sees this can help you out.
Well, hopefully Sunday, and then Monday I might get a haircut.
Ty, over here. This week there's been a lot of stuff online, cameras following you around, talking about what it means not to just be back in Sydney, but also kind of so close to Western Sydney. What does it mean to be fighting on such a high level card, so close to where you grew up?
It means a lot. It's going to be awesome. It means good. Fucking mad.
How was it to go? I'm not sure how often, if you still live in Western Sydney, how often you get to go back kind of to the area. How was it to be back?
I live in the area. Everyone knows where I live. I'm still there. Probably always will be. It's great to be home. Good to be doing, daddy things with my son. And it's. I feel refreshed. I feel good. Usually by now I'm like, fuck this. Let's just fight. But I feel good. I feel really good.
Thank you very much.
Ty, just a question here. What does it mean to you to be fighting on the same card as such a close friend and business partner in Tyson Pedro?
Yeah, it's been a long time, me and Tyce, to fight in a card together. He's like family. He's family. And all our family's going to be there supporting, so it's going to be awesome. Just like old times.
You usually fight 2 to 3 times a year. You're a very active fighter. This is the first time that we'll be seeing you for 2023. Was there any particular reason why you hadn't taken or hadn't fought any earlier?
I needed a break. The last Russian crushed my face in, so had to have a bit of time off. I miss my family. I miss home. I'm not from much, So family and the area means a lot to me. So I needed home. I needed to go home. So I went home. I feel good now, and I'm fucking ready to roll.
Last one from me. After the fight with Pavlovich, is it sort of weighing on you or an air of importance to put a dominant performance over Alexander Volkov this weekend to sort of...
Oh, definitely. My last 2 fights I've gotten a hiding. So I'm coming out with... I'm coming out for heads.
Just down the front here, Ty. You said before that your game plan is just go in and box on there. What do you see in terms of the future after this fight? Where do you think you're planning on going?
Well, first I'll be going to the World of Entertainment, Penrith Panthers, for the after party. And then, look, the UFC rings me. They say, do you want to fight this guy? I say, yes. That's how it works.
So the after party will be quite a big lot of shoeies?
Western Sydney, get ready.
And just one more for me. with the main event, what are you predicting how that's going to turn out?
Death by Israel.
Amazing.
Tai, just over here on your left.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously,
Can't talk.
obviously Alex Volkov, he presents a lot of problems both in his physicality, his height, his reach, but as well as his skill set. But does that excite you as an opponent, to be able to see how far you've come in your career that now, you're fighting these top tier heavyweights?
Yeah, that's my aim. If I want to fight the best. And I fought the best. Got a hide in the last two. But I'm number 5 or whatever it is now, so there ain't no easy fights up here, and I ain't looking for any easy fights. They offered me Volkov, and I said yes. And I think it's going to be a great matchup. If it's not going to be boring, we're not going to fucking be cuddling each other the whole 25 minutes or whatever it is. Or how many? I was about to say that's ages. Well, 5 minutes, the whole 5 minutes, So.
For sure. And look, last one from me. Your career got off to a really, explosive and quick start, some dominant finishes and a lot of fights back to back. Do you think that period where you sort of stepped back and slowed down a bit, when you got that work in with DC over at AKA, do you think that was sort of crucial for the development of your career to just be able to step back, slow down, and focus on developing a little bit?
Well, I think the fighter I am today is very different to the fighter I was on that losing streak, to this losing streak. But, yeah. Fuck. Let's go.
G'day, Tai. So you're fighting at home. Does that mean you get to stay at home, or does UFC make you stay at the fighter hotel?
I've actually been staying down the road near the beach in Bronte. We don't stick out down there, but it's a nice place. We fit in.
And you're one of 5 Samoans in the UFC, and there's 4 of you fighting on Sunday. What does it mean to you to be representing your culture on a massive platform like the UFC?
Very proud. I always represent where I'm from and who I am, and to do it with my Usos is very important and very good for a little small island of Samoa.
And I know you probably shouldn't look past events, but Saturday night, have you figured out how you're going to grieve when the Panthers lose to the Warriors?
I got 1,000 on it that you'll be grieving.
Hey, up the wires, mate.
1,000 says you won't. 1,000?
I don't have that kind of money.
Oh, well then. Well then, why? No. Do you reckon he's will win?
Yeah, mate.
Come on, man.
I'll wipe your tears away at the after party.
Wipe my ass. Thank you.